Hello, hello, hello. Hello, everyone. If you're coming in, let's wait for people to come in and then we'll start. It's going to be a short webinar because I'm not going to cover everything. It's again, I just want to explain a few things about the market and then we'll call it a day because again, I don't expect this week to be anything special like last week. It's mainly going to be Friday for me. But otherwise nothing is going to be interesting. And there's going to be a few mentions in this webinar. That's why I didn't do anything last week, any streams, because it wasn't there wasn't anything to look at, right? So okay, so someone wants OSTK. Yeah, we can do that right now actually, because two people are already watching. So I'll explain OSTK very quickly here. So basically, let's go through OSTK. So you know this thing came from this thing keeps on this thing has a history of spiking when BTC is going strong, right? By the way, I'm just gonna uh, get my crosshair out. So let me just try to fix my crosshair. If I go into settings, um, because the crosshair is annoying. Okay, well I can't change it. Well, maybe if I pull it dark. Okay, nice. No, this is even worse. Okay, let's keep it like that. Okay, whatever. So we'll do a OSTK right now. So basically, this thing, as you can see, huge spikes and then comes all the way back down. But then, as you can see from the bottom, what happens? What happens here? It keeps on having these wild spikes. Well, what do I think is gonna happen right now? Right? The same wild spike. This is down from 84 all the way to 12. So obviously at $14, you're like, well, this is kind of a bargain. And also, I was because the thing is that we had some sort of movement to the upside, and then this fall wasn't that aggressive. So here I was already looking for a long, and then I was looking at in the stock day trading chat, and people were actually calling for this. So and then it popped on the 1 hour. It had this massive pop on the 1 hour. Now the thing is that and I did buy some calls around this place, and it did go back up, but then it came all the way back down. But if you look, and I was explaining this to my dad, if you look at the way this was going down, because my dad was in this thing too. So the way with stocks, the way this thing is going down, you can clearly see it has this parabolic kind of shape. Okay, and as soon as you see this starting to happen, um, this guy in EI called Labrz, or Labrz. I don't know how you want me to pronounce your name, but he basically said that 20 Cs for next week would be a good idea. And by the way, guys, quick disclaimer: this is not a recommendation for you to buy anything. I'm not a CFA. I'm not. This is for educational purposes only. So this is by no means a financial recommendation, and you should take everything that I say with a grain of salt. Okay, so I will not be responsible for any of your financial losses. This is just my opinions about the market and what I think is what is I think is likely to happen. Okay. All right. So we got the disclaimer out of the way. All right, so let's do this. So yeah, so as soon as you see this U shape from a bottom formation, you you look for buys. Okay, you still look for buys because again, like I said, this thing is down from 84 bucks, man. It's a steal. It's a steal. And there was news. There was news about this. So obviously, you want to buy. This is why this guy called 20 C's for this week when we were here. That's an amazing play, right? 10 cents. They went to 90 cents. You could have sold. I didn't because I think they could go in the money and still keep on exploding. So yeah, this is the basic thing about OSTK. Here, when you see this kind of price action, you start wondering, hey, maybe the downside is over, and we're actually looking for this, right? And as soon as they start popping, you're like, okay, let me chase. Is it a good time to chase this? Yes, obviously, because we're down from 84 bucks. Like I said, we're down from the 84s. So obviously you can chase here. It's fine. Okay? Chase the breakout or whatever you want to call it. Alright, so that's OSTK. It's very, very simple. Look at what the chart did previously. After the huge tank that happened like a long time ago in 2005 to 2008, you can see around the bottom it kept on spiking. Well, that's likely what's going to happen right now, right? So this is still a good buy. And if BTC, if crypto explodes, then obviously this is going to go up as sympathy. Yo, hello Mong, one of my good friends. Thank you for coming. So okay, S&P. So like I said, S&P was not going to be anything special because we're just going sideways, guys. We're just going sideways. This is just sideways. Okay? We're just going sideways. So there's really nothing to do. You can try to trade this, but obviously, like I see some people right here, they're buying puts and they're holding, right? This is fine, but it's not a high probability play because if we're in a sideways, it's likely to come back up, right? There was just scalping opportunities to be done this week. Ton ordi marche bien, thank you. He's saying that my computer works well. Wait, is this a question or is this a confirmation? Okay, so now what I'm expecting is probably for it to come all the way back down here. That's what I would like. Now, this thing is not a sell setup, okay? I don't want anybody to come in the market right now and selling this thing because this is not something you sell, okay? This is not something you sell because it's likely to spike one more. But the scenario I'm anticipating is this one. We come all the way back down here, and then on NFP, which is on Friday, then we break this low, and then on NFP, which is on Friday, then around this place we look for an explosion. Okay? Okay, yeah, my computer works amazing, dude. There's a big difference between my new computer and the old one that I had. Like when we talked in school, like about the screen and anything and everything, like there's a massive difference. Thank you for showing up, by the way. So yeah, so there's nothing to really do right now except for selling some calls here. Because again, we could be moving sideways for it to go back up, or we could spike back down because we're high, we're kind of high, and then come all the way back down here before the next spike. And why am I thinking like this? Because if you look at this thing, right? If you look at this thing, this is what I'm looking at. If we take a copy of this, right? If we take a copy of this, it's pretty much similar, right? We get a move down, we get a move up, we get another move down, and then we can go for the upside, right? Yo, hello, the Angry General. Thank you for coming. So yeah, exactly. So this thing was the correction that we had before. What was this event? It was NFP, non-farm payroll. if this happens again, it's gonna be the same freaking thing, right? So that's what I'm looking at. Now I did some research on this, and I went back. Okay, I don't know why. Okay, sorry. So I did some research on this because I feel like this is a completed pattern right there. Okay, I'm looking at this as a completed pattern. All right, and I'm basically saying, okay, we're gonna come here, we're gonna have a deep pullback, but after this deep pullback is over, we can actually explode the 3K, because I'm looking at this as being a completed pattern. I don't think this is dropping anymore. This is very reminiscent of some price action that I saw on Baidu, where they just keep on pulling it up, then they're gonna have a deep correction, and then we're gonna explode. So if you look at this, if you look at Baidu, this is what happened right there, right? So very, very slow, very, very slow. Then we have this huge pullback, this deep pullback, and then boom, explosion, right? So that's one of the things that I'm looking at. Also, if you look at, I was looking through the past, okay, at what was the leg up like when S&P finishes correction. So I was like, okay, let me look at 2016. Okay, correction is over, and this is the leg up. Okay, now let me take a copy. Let me take a copy of this and let me pull it all the way here. Right? So this is what we can be looking at, right? This is pretty much the same thing. So we're kind of here, and then we're gonna get the pullback. We're gonna go one more up to test this line. And what is this line, you may ask? Well, it's a fib. It's fibs. It's the next lines of fibs. As you know, my target was 2630 before the deep correction. Now we actually came back up a little bit more. And is there a problem with this? No, it's just that we went a little bit higher. The thing is that you have to understand is that yes, we had this 2630 line because it was the other level of fibs. But the thing is that price action is king, guys. Price action is king. How do um how do big up moves, how do big up moves end? Okay, and this is a question for you guys. This is actually good for you guys. How do big up moves end? How do massive trends end? With a huge spike. Okay? Look at this. This is desperate buyers. All right? Whatever you want to call them. But you can clearly see from a chart point of view that the chart is going parabolic when, we're already really high. So this at this point you have to be wary because they're likely to pull it back down. you know, and it's kind of inverse psychology because you're like, damn, this is going up so fast. I'm gonna miss out. I'm gonna miss out, right? But then they tank it, and you're like, ah, well, damn, why did I buy, right? Well, same thing right here. If you look on the 1 hour, it was the same thing, and this was kind of my mistake because this is not aggressive price action. This is not aggressive price action, but we were at the level that I was looking at, right? So we did get the pullback, but then we started going very, very aggressive, right? This is a very, very aggressive price action. And I was seeing some charts online on Twitter where they had this. They were like, yeah, this is continuing to the moon. No, we're not continuing to the moon. The chart has to correct, guys. This is the way complex systems work. They always pull back. They always correct. But this is something to learn from the past is that yes, you might have your fibs at 2630. Wow, there's like a fib confluence right there. It doesn't matter. Price action. You have to wait for this aggressive move, which gives you more clue that hey, a correction is about to start because they can't sustain this up move because we've already gone up so much. We need that bigger correction. So yeah, that's my thought. And yeah, so we got this aggressive move, and after a huge trend, you usually get corrections in the forms of three waves. So this is why I'm thinking we might go all the way back down, because this is simply a, this is not the right color. This is simply a 1, 2, 3. Okay, there's a lot of drawing right here, but yeah, I'm sorry. So yeah, it's gonna go in the forms of threes. Okay. Um, so yeah, that's pretty much it. For S&P. Right? We covered the 2016 correlation. We covered the fact that this is probably a completed structure, because I'm also looking at other charts like HD, BA, and all that stuff and they're indicating to me that, hey, this might be completed, and we can actually go for 3K. Right? 2018. What did I tell you, Karis? Mong, what did I tell you in 2018? What did I tell you? You're not gonna make anything, dude. You're not gonna make anything, right? And I was wrong for the most part of the summer, but then we came back all the way down in October, just to close even on the year, plus 0.30 something ish, right? So yeah, but this year, depending on how this correction goes, depending on how long, it's gonna be on how long this correction goes. Okay, this correction is gonna, how long this correction is gonna last for is going to determine if we move to 3K by year end, or if we wait till 2020. Okay, there's gonna be a very boring it's gonna be probably a very boring summer, to be honest with you. um so yeah, all right, let's go. NQ, same thing. NQ is more cleaner though. So basically, we're looking at exactly the same thing, right? Down, up, and then big pullback before the upside, right? You can call it a 5-wave structure, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but I don't care. It's just what I'm looking at, and it seems to fit in all the patterns that I'm looking at. Dow Jones, same thing. We're gonna push. We're gonna push some more, but eventually we're gonna come back down to create that deeper correction. Okay, so let's start with SMH. So SMH, very nice move by the semiconductors last week. We were expecting some more upside here, so you can look for buys on this thing. Definitely, you can. If you're not in buys, I would wait for a pullback. Actually, wait for that pullback. If we're looking for downside on S&P, you should be waiting for a pullback here before buying again, right? So that's what you have to do. And it's pretty boring, because I'm telling you guys, hey, wait for a pullback, but that's actually what you have to do, right? After it spikes, you have to wait for a pullback and try to get in on the pullback. AMD likely to come all the way back down too. So yeah, but if you look at my previous webinar, what did I say, guys? What did I say? This is going all the way back to at least retest this, right? So we might come back down here and then come all the way up here, break this high, and as soon as we break this high, we're gonna see, because again, if we get the deeper correction on S&P, then this is going to be a massive, massive, massive sideways before upside, right? And the way that AMD likes to create big corrections, how does AMD like to create big corrections? I don't know if that made sense, but in this form, right? You can look at what happened last year. So this was a huge correction for massive upside. So if we get some sort of pattern like this, then this is going to be really good for AMD, because it's going to indicate more upside. IWM, very, very simple. We got the upside. I was looking for a sideways here, but it didn't pan out. So yeah, we got the upside that we were calling, and now we're going all the way back down to create a 3-wave before the next pop, right? MU. So MU, I mean, it didn't come all the way back down, but it exploded. We're still looking for a spike on this. This is actually the best time to to buy MU. I don't know if Josh was trolling when he was like, "Yo, buy some 60Cs for next year on MU." But this is actually not a bad play because this is down from 64 all the way to 32. So it's obviously a good buy. It's just that we didn't like I didn't have a setup to buy it, so you know it's I missed it. But it's whatever because an XPI is the one that is really the most looking the best actually. So Nvidia, we got this move. Now I was looking for a pullback all the way back here. We might get it this week if the S&P goes down. But obviously, if this pulls back, this is just a pullback for buys. Right? We come all the way back here, complete this structure, um, complete this structure. Sorry, complete this three wave. 1, 2, 3, and then we can actually go up. All right. So Nvidia is going to be in the buys. Okay, QQQ, same thing as NQ, so don't need to cover that. But again, after a huge run up, what do we usually get? We get a three wave. So look for that pullback before any buys. 1, 2, 3, and then upside, and then the bigger correction. Like I said on S&P, the bigger correction that's going to last probably for the whole summer, and then boom, we can actually go back up, all the way back up, if we do get this sideways move. Okay, let's go to NXPI, which is my favorite one. So NXPI, I don't know if I think I covered that in one of my first webinars. So this is the one that I'm the most interested in because this is a 2-year correction. Okay, so what do you so after a 2-year correction, what usually ensues? This. And I think I covered this chart in one of my first webinars, but this is probably the semiconductor to look at in 2019 to 2020 because this is just the 1 2 3, right? 1 2 3 running flat, and then we can actually continue the trend to the upside, right? Spike, correction, then you get the next spike, right? So this is a very big one, and I was calling this in the 75s. So if you're not in, then just wait again for a pullback. It's likely to pull back, maybe to create this head and shoulders. But definitely, if it comes back down to below 80, this is a steal, guys. This is a steal because this is gonna go up big time in 2019. If crypto gets back into more upside, and people start buying the cards again and all that stuff, then this is gonna go up for sure. AMAT also upside, but yeah. So the semis are looking amazing because this is the best that AMAT has looked in a while. So definitely this is just going back up. It's probably gonna pull back though. It's definitely gonna pull back. So as soon as it pulls back and creates a three wave, we're going to start buying this thing because now it's looking very good. Okay. But wait for this pull. I'm waiting for a pullback. I'm not jumping into anything. INTC. So we're looking at this to complete a three wave right here. This is the spike, and this is going to be the three wave. 1 2 3, and as soon as this is completed, then actually INTC may have a very big move up, right? So you want to look at that, and guys, keep in mind this thing, shoop, right? It's gonna come into play for the next charts that I'm gonna show you. So I keep on moving these charts, man. Okay, so yeah, so keep this in mind. It's gonna play into what I'm gonna show you guys right now, in a bit. But a lot of charts show this pattern. If we do come back down here, I'm gonna show you actually 2 charts where I see this right now, just for you guys to understand. So XRT, that was one that that I wait no, was it XRT? No. And let's do NKE. NKE is the one, right? So, and I'm writing DE is here because you're gonna see the chart on DE is exactly similar to NKE when D and now DE is right here. But anyway, you can see that this is very similar to INTC, right? We get the spike, we get the correction, and then boom, we explode, right? So this is very, very similar. Okay. Um. All right, let's do the majors. So Amazon. Amazon is gonna. Honestly, I don't think Amazon is gonna do anything on ER, because this we're in the middle of this pattern. Okay, if Amazon is in a huge sideways, then we're in this big pattern. And guys, there's orders stacked above here and there's orders stacked above here, right? So as soon as the ER strikes, what is going to happen? They're going to spike it up. There's going to be orders filled here for the sell. They're going to sell it all the way back down here. There's going to be orders filled, and what's going to end up happening is that Amazon is just going to be a huge yo-yo on ER because we're in the middle of a big pattern of the huge correction that we just had. I don't see a point for them to moan Amazon right now. I don't see a point. I don't see a point. So honestly, I just feel like it's gonna be like probably just -3%, -4% that we're gonna see on Amazon. It's not nothing gonna be serious. It's just gonna be like what happened to Netflix. It's gonna be a small downfall. But like I said, there's huge orders stacked right above the price action that we're getting, and right here. So if they go up, they're gonna come back down. You know, you're gonna see a huge yo-yo after hours. Apple, same thing. Apple, I honestly, Apple is pretty tough right now, but I'm pretty sure it wants to complete this pattern, so it wants to come back down to create this three wave, and then it can actually moon, right? So Apple might be a good buy the dip after ER if it does fall around this area. So look for the fallen angel strategy. Netflix, what did we say? That was 2 weeks ago, and we were right again. So we said down on ER, and then what will happen? Just sideways, guys. Right? Just sideways, because if this is a completed pattern, then we need this bigger correction before the next spike up, which I am looking for. But we need this big sideways. MSFT. MSFT is also going to come back down. So if you look at my previous webinar, I said that this was a buy, so it happened. So if you made money on this, I know some of you guys did. Congratulations. And yeah, it's still looking good. You also saw this this three wave right here. So if you took that three wave, you're doing fantastic, right? So spike. Whoops. Spike, correction, spike, right? How do you time this? And this is a secret I shouldn't be giving you guys, but it's whatever. They usually pull back to the trend line, right? Wait for a pullback to the trend line, and then look for the next spike. Look for a pullback to the trend line. Look for the next spike. That's it. That's all there is. Okay, and MSFT, very similar moves on Google, and you can see what happened on Google afterwards. It exploded. We came back down. If you look at like my first webinar like ever, you can actually see me drawing this pattern. And yeah, we actually came all the way back up here, and now we're meeting some sort of resistance. So two things here that can happen. Either this is a huge three wave for more downside on Google, which is honestly I don't know. This wave up is very aggressive, so I don't think this is any more a possibility. But this could be a three wave for downside. Okay. Or we pull a heavy sideways in purple, and then we can actually go back up. So right now there's nothing to really do on Google. It's just going to be in a sideways. So if it comes to the high, you can always take a short because it's a good R to R. But I wouldn't do it. Honestly, guys, like I told you, I'm not looking to do anything next week. I'm just going to be trading on NFP, which is my favorite news events of all. And yeah, so yeah, this is what I would be looking at on Google. As soon as it comes here, you'll have a good R2R short. So that's it. Facebook. Um, yeah, Facebook is also getting some longs, so some buyers. So it's probably gonna spike up in the morning on Monday, but it's eventually gonna come back down to complete this three wave, like you can see, 1, 2, 3, and then it's gonna go back up. Right, so there's nothing to really be doing, guys. Just be patient and wait for your patterns. That's all I have to say this week. Be patient and wait for your patterns. That's why I didn't do anything last week either, because there wasn't anything that I was seeing that was good. So Twitter, nothing. Like Twitter has nothing very interesting. I think it could go all the way back down here. Now, if we do get this wave down to 24, this is a must buy. This will be a must. But for now, yeah, I don't see anything. And ER is coming up soon, so I wouldn't be doing anything crazy on this thing. Baba. So Baba, like we said, is probably going to retest this. But if we go along all of our patterns, then this should be the one that we're looking at before the deeper pullback, right? But if you look at my webinar, I said this is a buy here. So yeah, this is looking really good because again, what do you guys remember from what I said? This is very simple because if this down wave were to continue, what do we absolutely need? Sorry, what do we absolutely need? We need this three-wave correction always. This is a must. This is the way complex patterns work. If we get a wave down, we need a correction to keep on going lower. Okay, so if we need this three-wave, then this is actually a good buy, right? And I don't know if I said this in my webinars, but Baba is always good. Remember this, Baba is always good in January, right? Baba is always good in January. It has seasonality or whatever you want to call it. Okay, so Baidu, I'm looking for this accumulation pattern right here. It's called a megaphone pattern. And yeah, I think this is going to be the one that we're looking at. So this is a 5-wave. Baidu likes to make 5 waves reversals, guys. By the way, just to for your knowledge, I think that Baidu likes to make 5-wave reversals. So if you look at this one, this is a 5-wave reversal where you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then you get this aggressive pullback, and then you moon, right? So this is an example, and this is what I'm looking at right now as well, right? So this is going to be a slow start, and it's going to pull back, and as soon as it pulls back around this area, then on ER, probably here, it's going to explode again, right? So that's what I'm looking at. All right, let's cover Chinets really quickly. My favorite one, like I told you guys in previous webinars. From here, I was like, buy this thing. This is going to go back up, and it's just mooning because PDD, man, this thing is just so popular in China. It's insane. And the chart is also insane. Like this thing is just screaming parabolic moves. Like this thing is screaming parabolic. And it's going in a parabolic fashion, right? So hope you're in that. This is a very good one. The other one that is looking amazing is TME. So that's the IPO. So if you took that buy, you're doing fantastic. Just move your stops and hold. JD also. So if you're my friend who's been screaming to me about JD for this for the whole time it's been going down, then if you're that friend, and I think you know who you are, then yeah, this is the time you want to start buying some stocks, okay? Because this is upside, right? We came down from 48 and now it's in the 20s, the low 20s. This is a good buy right now. This is literally your R2R, right? At worst, you get a 1-to-1, right? At worst. But this is time to buy, dude. Momo, like I said in my previous webinar, this is the pattern that I was looking at. So we came back down to the low, and now we're spiking. So just wait for a correction, and then you take the next long, right? Let it make a pullback for you, and then you can take the long, right? Increase your R2R. Bizun, definitely a long. Any pullback should get bought. So we're just gonna go through them quickly. Oh, Neo is interesting, dude. Oh my god, I just saw this. So Neo, as soon as you start seeing this, guys, this is really, really screaming buy. So now we have to look for Neo upside into the coming future, and this one is actually one um, that could break this, because you can see that it's trying to create some sort of pattern like this, but um, at least you're gonna get to $7. Maybe we can pull back one more, but honestly, I think this is looking like huge accumulation for upside. So if there's any news that's gonna come soon, then this is probably gonna moon. So you definitely want to be long Neo on this pullback, guys. Let's do IQ as well, and Huya. So IQ has looked the best in a long time. So any pullback, guys, you wanna take along, right? Because this is starting to really, really spike. So you wanna. This is the time where you wanna put in some money into it. Okay. This is the time where you wanna be risking. Huya, same thing. We had this huge, huge, huge pullback, and then boom, it's starting to explode. So any pullback right now, you should get a long, nice long, and it's gonna go back up. BA, so BA, um, kind of not liking what it's doing, but I guess the market is just very, very aggressive right now. So we came all the way back up here, and I'm still looking for this pullback, like I said, because if you look at my S&P chart, then this is what we should get. We can get one more upside here, but then we're still gonna get this deeper correction in purple. But I'm gonna draw it in orange, doesn't matter. Okay. There's gonna be a long drawn out correction before the next upside. Okay. LMT, same thing. So LMT, very, very nice move up. It doesn't die until eventually it does. And when it will make a deeper correction, then this is going to be a hodl to keep, right? NOC. And why am I saying to keep? Because I'm thinking the downside is over overall. I don't think there's much more downside into something like this. NOC, same thing. This is very, very spike-ish looking. Like this is not like some sort of bear flags for more downside. This is very much like we've created the reversal actually, and we're looking to go back up in the long term. But again, we need to get this sideways before upside. And I'm just gonna go through RTN very quickly because it's honestly the same thing. A little spike, deeper correction, and then you can look for the longer term long. Okay. And you can use RTN, NOC, and LMT to help you in your forecast on BA because they're the same types of businesses. Okay. HD, very, very similar to the S&P, and this is looking over. So we get this pullback, and then boom, it's gonna take off, right? So you definitely want to be looking at HD. Very, very nice chart. T, we're looking at this, could go up. If we do go back down on ER, on some good ER, but we gap down, then this is going to be a fallen angel play. And this is because ER is in 3 days, but I wouldn't be playing it. Why? Why wouldn't I be playing it? Because we're still in this potential sideways. Yes, it may gap up, but I wouldn't want to risk it here. I wouldn't want to risk it here. Caterpillar, very, very nice. I mean, this is playing out perfectly. We said that it was going to go at least break this high, and it's almost it's going for it. Now, I just changed my forecast slightly because um, I was looking at this 1, 2, 3 for more dump. Now, if I look at everything that I've said right now, I don't think the dump is going to happen. I don't think Caterpillar is ever seeing my below 100 anytime soon. I think this is going to go up, going to break the high, then come back down. And I'm looking at this as being my spike, and then this as being my three-wave pullback. Okay, so if we see this, then as soon as we get that, we can take off to the upside, right? We'll be able to take off, and this is just going to be a massive correction. Okay, so it's very simple. We get upside all the way to 146, 147, and then a huge pullback, right? So you can use that chart to aid you in your forecast on S&P and all that stuff, right? You shouldn't be very aggressive on the short side. Yes, you may scalp some puts and all that stuff, but don't be very aggressive. Okay, DE now. Like, look. This one is huge. This one is huge, man. And everybody is hyped on DE and the Hush Traders, and I am hyped as well. Because if you look DE and NKE similarities, DE is here. Look. Isn't this the same freaking chart? This is crazy. We get a spike, we get the down move, up, and then down. We get this down move, similar to Caterpillar, and then we can explode with this huge U-shaped explosion pattern, right? This is crazy. And honestly, this makes perfect sense because I'm also thinking that crops are looking good in 2019 to 2020, 2019, 2020, right? Wheat, soybeans, sugar, orange juice, everything is looking really low and ready to spike. Okay, if you look at agricultural stuff, so this might be a very good long in when it comes back down. Sorry, when it comes back down here, this might be a very interesting play. So keep an eye on John Deere. Okay, um, IBM. IBM spiked from the ER. Now there's nothing you can do here. You just have to wait for pullback, but this is definitely looking long in the long term, like upside, sorry. So just wait. WBA, it has had some crazy moves, but I'm thinking that, you know, after a huge spike and a huge spike back down, it's got to consolidate, man, before the next up move. It's got to have this huge correction. So just wait for that. GM is definitely a buy, like I was saying. Um, this is uh, down from, well, this is going up from the trend line that I was highlighting in my previous webinars. So this is definitely a good R2R long. It's probably going to come back up here, break the high that we had here, and then come back down again if we get the deeper correction, and then we can take off, right? UAL. So this one is very similar to LMT, where we had this move up that was really slow to the upside, and then we can create a deeper pullback before the next long. I'm generally, when I see this, I'm generally thinking bigger pullback before next upside. I don't think this is totally gonna go up, so I would just forget it for now. FedEx. FedEx is a tricky one because I'm not sure if what they really want to do with the business right now, but I would just avoid it. There's nothing to really see on the chart, to be honest with you. It's very scary to long, and yeah, I would wait for a sideways, right? I would wait for a sideways right here. I would wait for this to pull back, and then I can take the long If I don't get this, I'm never buying this because yeah, this could just be a bear flag for downside. But yeah, I would wait here. MO is very very interesting. Very very interesting. Like this might be a good buy on ER, guys. And I'm not even kidding. Like, or after ER. If it has a dump on ER, this could be very very good. Like, we have a huge spike, we getting some sideways, and then in 4 days, boom, this explodes. Like, you might laugh at me because this is going down from here, but this might be something interesting to look at, right? Like some sort of dead cat bounce where it gets some some interesting things in its ER. Who knows? But this might be very interesting for ER, guys. So look out for MO, cigarette company. Goose Goose is going loose. So we had a huge spike down and then we came all the way back up, right? We're probably going to keep on spiking here, but at some point we're going to get some sideways. Okay? So as soon as we get this sideways, then we can take the long. Right? We got the huge wave down, upside, down, up, and then as soon as we get the sideways, then we can be confident on the long. Right? There's nothing to really be said about this chart. It's obviously a company that a lot of people are interested in. It's just it had some news and yeah, now it's trying to claw its way back. Lulu, you know what I said about Lulu. This is just going up. So there's nothing to say here. Like, this is just perfect, and it's a company that I like investing in because I like these clothes. Like, girls like it a lot, so it's an amazing company. You see all the girls outside wearing this thing. Like, it's just such an amazing company. The way they've branded themselves, amazing. Guess, like I told you guys, the sideways is over and now we're looking upside. So buy. Capri looking good finally. Right, company that I'm looking at. Very very interested. So yeah, this is definitely looking good. It's spiking from the bottom. We've had this huge wave down. After this correction, guys, if you followed me for a long time, I was expecting this to totally take off. Now we did go up, but it wasn't anything to brag about because we came all the way back down and even lower. But now this is spiking from the bottom. It's looking good, man. It's looking really really good for R2R wise, man, you could have this thing right here, right? And honestly, XRT is also going from, like, this is crazy, man. This is crazy. This is a 4-year correction. A 4-year correction. 4 years of sideways. 4 years of sideways, and then boom, you take off. Right? This is definitely looking to take off, so you definitely want to look at XRT, guys. XRT, XRT, XRT. Right? XRT. My favorite sector. Okay. Yeah, guess. CPRI, amazing. UAA, if you're not long this, I don't know what you're doing. This is totally gonna take off. So, guys, I'm not joking. Apparel is going to be super super hot. It's going to be super super hot. I said this in 2018, but that was the correction year, right? I was right about the correction as well. But apparel is gonna really blow everybody's mind. And some Wall Street is gonna jump on every apparel stock they're gonna get. That's why, when my friend Justin told me, "Hey Dragos, what do you think about Crocs? Is it time to short it? It's overextended. It's apparel. Don't short apparel. Don't short apparel. It's gonna kill you. You want a long apparel and keep it for the long term, right? UAA is a good company. You've seen what they're doing, and everybody's starting to wear their clothes. It's down from 50. and it's at 21, and it has a spike and a correction. Like this is it. This is all there is to know about wave theory. Oops, I dropped my water bottle because I'm so excited. Anyway, TPR, buy. PLCE, buy. But I wouldn't really buy this because it's very very slow. But you know that PLCE has 3% of XRT, so if this goes up, then XRT goes up, which is probably going to mean all the other things in the sector is going to go up. URBN upside. Also, I don't know why I don't have TIFF, but TIFF is also one that I'm very very interested in. So this is also looking massive upside. So buy. SIG, because I'm interested. Ooh, wait, this one. If we get if we get this sort of move and we can break this high on a pullback, this is actually going to be a huge long. Yeah, this might be very interesting. But the company is not doing well, so I would just stick onto the staples like Lulu. And honestly, the LB is also looking interesting here. ANF is also one that I'm really interested in. You can clearly see that this wants to totally take off, man. Like this wants to take off so badly. Oh my god. This is looking amazing. And I think this could be a repeat of this move. Literally all the way to 70. If things go like out of hand and they start buying apparel like crazy, this could go to 70. Okay? It's a possibility. Okay? So apparel. I can't stress this enough. Apparel is going to be hot. Okay, let's do cloud stocks. So CRM, I said it was going to go all the way back here. It did. Now, do I think that this pattern is still valid? Yes. I do think we're going to see some pullback right here. Probably all the way back to the trend line that is created right here. So, guys, there may be more upside on CRM, but wait for the pullback because it's going to be an aggressive one like it always is. Is it a short right now? No, you can clearly see that. Well, you could try because we did get a move down, but you can see that CRM likes to create these three waves, so they're easy shorts. So wait for this to do this, right? Similar to here, but on a smaller scale. Okay. Now also looking to pull back, but in the long term, this is looking more like a long. We get a spike, we get a three wave, 1, 2, 3, and then we can take off again. Okay. So very simple. W day. W day, like I said, is the only one that is slightly different because this is coming out of this correction, right? This one, this really big one. So this doesn't really need to correct anymore. It can just continue on spiking. But you can clearly see that at some point this might end up here and create this one, right? 1, 2, 3, and then keep on going. All right. Okay. So watch out for that one, but this is definitely a good, the best one to hold. OKTA, it's going to start pulling back at some point. But we need to start seeing some divergent price action. I don't see anything right here. We need to start seeing some very very thin buying, like some stuff like that. Some stuff like that. So it can fall. Otherwise, this is going to continue on spiking. Okay. So unless we see this, we're not looking for any shorts. Can you explain your logic on apparel? Because XRT is looking like it wants to pop. XRT is going from out of a 4-year correction and is looking to break the all-time high, right? ATH. So if it does that, then apparel is just going to take off. I mean, I don't know how to say it either, but I'm just looking at all apparel stocks. They're looking cheap and they're looking to spike. That's all there is to it, to be honest. Yeah. And I just it's just intuition, because I see so many people out there wearing like crazy clothes, and I think it's just going to be a frenzy. Yeah, they're oversold, and people are starting to really, you know, it's starting to become mainstream, dude. Like, everybody wants to show off. Yeah, exactly. Retail will have a lot of power. I think like the next 5 years, retail is gonna be huge. Like, if you're a store manager, like, for like a grocery store, or like you're a supplier for Target, you're gonna make so much money in the next 5 years. They're gonna totally kill it because of the charts, right? Charts are telling us that. So if you're owning like some markets, like if you're owning a Target or a Costco, if you're a manager there, like, they're gonna really do well. That's my thinking. There's I'm Just by looking at the charts, right? There's no fundamental to back it, except for me saying, "Hey, I see girls wearing like so many Lulu pants." That's it. And that's all there is to it, dude. But this is where Lulu is at. Yeah, exactly. Really exactly buy 30 Cs on UAA for like 6 months out, or even next year, because this is obviously upside. I don't see this going back down. The chances of this happening is so slim. It's so slim. I don't see this ever happening. I don't see this going back down. Maybe it keeps on correcting here. Maybe I'm wrong about this taking off, and it keeps on going sideways, but it's eventually going to take off. That's all I'm saying. And we do see that this is a pattern that we know. Okay, this could be completed. All right, and this is coming from. Do you know what CFNAI data is, and if it affects the market? I don't know what that is, dude. I don't know. Let me check. CFNAI data. Oh, no, 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 dude. I don't think it does. Is there a ticker for it? No, I don't think it does. I know CPI does affect the market. I know NFP does affect the market, but CFNAI, I've never heard about this one. So sorry, dude. Anyway, we'll continue. NDB is upside, and then as soon as we get here, be careful. So if you're looking to short all these cloud stocks, you want to wait for MDB to complete the pattern right here. So as soon as MDB is going to reach 90, 91, now then if you have some patterns into the other cloud stocks, then you may consider a short, right? Because MDB is a clearer pattern than the other ones. Okay. All right. One of my most proud, like my one of the ones that I'm most proud of is BKNG. Like I told you guys, this is a huge long. So, if you're if you're one of the people I know, then you're in some 2000 Cs for March that you took them for $5. They're already up to 300%. So, this is a massive gain. Can you be greedy here? This is the question that I'm getting asked. Oh, 300%, that's an amazing gain. Yes, but this could be over, and this could totally take off. Right? This could totally take off. So is it good to take 300% here? Maybe not. Because if this takes off right now, and gets to 1900, then those contracts are going to be up 700%. If they get in the money at 2K, these contracts are going to be like 1,500%, right? And you're going to be like, man, why did I sell, right? So if you have some contracts right now on BKNG for March, take some off, but keep some because this chart is really looking like it wants to spike. Okay. All right, Tesla. Tesla. I have to admit, I wasn't expecting this to come all the way back down here. Kind of a black swan event. I got hit by it, but it's fine. But guys, you have to understand something, because I know some people who went all in Tesla right here, long. Okay. Right. Like I know some people who went all in Tesla right here, all in, and they're crying. They're dead. It's over. Right. They went all in. Yo, don't name the people. Please, please. We're not here to name the people, but it's just to say, man. First of all, there's a first rule, guys, never go all in. Never go all in. I can't stress this enough. And if the Tesla contracts are too pricey for you, then don't buy them. Don't buy them. Okay? All right? Don't buy them. Now, did I lose money? Yes. Did I lose my account? No. Okay? And that's the most important thing. And also, I hear some people saying, "Hey, Dragos, this is down." But you're saying Tesla's a huge long. Should I average? No, because I wasn't expecting this to do to spike. I was expect maybe like some sort of pullback, and then we keep on going up. But no, we got a spike down. So I'm completely wrong. So you don't have to average down. Okay, this is where averaging down can actually blow up your account. Right? So this is something to teach you guys. Don't like, and the guy was like, "Yo, Drago, should I average down?" I was stressing this so much. Don't average down. Wait for us, because the way this spike down is gonna get reversed. How is this spike down gonna get reversed? By a spike in the opposite direction. But you have to wait for that spike. It's not there yet, right? It's not there yet. You have to wait for the chart to start building some more upside, to break previous highs. Okay, we broke. We're consolidating. Okay, we're breaking again, guys. Now we're getting momentum to the upside. Oh, deeper pullback, and then we explode. Okay. Yeah. We may end up pulling back to the 250s. I'm still bullish on Tesla. It's all gonna come down to ER, dude. It's all gonna come down to ER. ER is in 3 days, right? It's the 30th, I think, after hours. So it's all gonna come down on ER, right? As you can see right here. So we're gonna see, but yeah, Tesla is in the middle of everything, and this could still do this and have a massive spike to the upside, right? Now, if we do get this is still gonna be a short. Okay. I would love for this to do this, because then Tesla gets easy. If Tesla falls from here, Tesla gets difficult. Okay, the chart of Tesla. So yeah, I honestly don't know what you should do here. I probably think that if you have some shares, you should definitely keep them. But if you want to take a long and gamble on the art, by all means do it. Go for it, dude. CMG is looking to pull back soon because it's clearly overextended. But yeah, we have this huge spike to the upside, and we're looking at this pattern to complete. So this is just a 3-wave for the next move to the upside, right? So we get a spike, What do you get after a spike? You get a sideways. 1, 2, 3, and then you can take off for the next one. Okay. So yeah, that's what we're looking at. Very simple. And you can see big boys like to trade CMG around this price action. So they're really going to keep it right there before anything happens, like substantial. And yeah, that's it for this week. If you have any chart right now that you want me to cover, please let me know because I'm going to go. Otherwise, I'm just going to do US oil for one of my friends. So oil, like you know, spike sideways, and then here when I saw that the Canadian dollar was strong, I took a buy right here, 44.74, yeah, and yeah, it completely took off. We were uh really we really hit oil hard. And then what did I say here? It pulled back, but I told you guys to not panic because what does oil like to do? Oil likes to create these patterns, man. They always, like, oil loves to create these patterns. How do I know it likes to create these patterns? Want me to show you guys? Bar pattern. Copy this. Let's go all the way here. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, okay, the chart is gonna get messed up. Let's see if I can go on the 4-hour. Okay, nice, I can. Oh, let me stretch this one. Right there. Right? It's exactly the same thing. That's crazy. But yeah, oil likes to make these running really huge running flats and then take off. Right? So that's exactly what we're getting on oil. We got this. I told you guys to close your long right here. From here, that's where we closed it. And then what did I show you guys? We broke the high slightly. So I was like, guys, we should look for the short. So Ferrari took the short and he made good money. This is a reversal pattern as well that I posted. So yeah, it was very simple. Now the thing is about oil right now, and I'm seeing like some people um telling me, "Yo, Dragos, is this a three-way for downside? Is this a three-way for downside?" Yes, it might be. Okay, it might be. Now, do I know that this pattern is completed? No, I don't know that this pattern is completed. Right? This pattern could get more complex. Right? But is this pattern uh ready for upside? Yes, it also is ready for upside, and this is it. This could be it, and then we can take off. Right? So I see both possibilities. Now, when you see both possibilities and the price action is moving slowly, it's still oil, what do? You just leave it. You just leave it and wait. Just leave it and wait. Okay? For CMG, I have 500 puts for Feb 1. For Feb 1st, what do you feel going into this week? I hope you're not in those CMG puts heavily. I would definitely scale into these puts, like take maybe one and then wait for this to happen and then this. Because how is this going to happen? Dude, how is this going to happen? By some rat getting into the CMG restaurant and then causing mayhem. And then on the headlines, you're going to see, oh, CMG struck by rats and all that stuff. And then the stock is going to tank. It's always going to be food poisoning or some stuff like that, right? Because who knows? That's one of the things I told you guys. Who knows if this is the top? It could keep on grinding, and you're still in your put, but it's not going down. This is obviously overextended. But is this going down? No. I would suggest, if you have a margin account, to take the 500 I have for the 14th. I'm pretty sure you're paying like 230, 250. Am I right? 250 to 230 for the 500 Ps. And that's 10% move. Okay, so that's fine, but I hope you're not in big. I would go half original size. Like I would probably put 500 bucks in it and look to scale in my original 1K position size by buying when the spike happens, right? When it's down pre-market, and then on a pullback I take more contracts. Because the thing about options is that you gotta trade the momo. You gotta trade the momentum, guys. Trade the momentum on options. Don't like being a counter trend trader here is don't try to counter trend too much, okay? With options. You might be successful with it, but I'm telling you guys, chasing the Momo with options is far more profitable than chasing being a counter trend trader. Okay. So we did oil. Now let's do gold because my friend also wanted gold. So if you're following me, you know, this is what I posted, and it just happened. So it's very magical. I was stressing people to buy gold right here. And how did I know it would go? It's because I remember what it did in previous corrections, man. You have to understand uh, what the commodity wants to do, right? Like it wants it. This is a long. We came back down, created a three wave, and then boom, we spiked up, came all the way back down with a like that. I call it a BS spike down because this was totally ready to take off, but we created a BS spike here. Now, where do you see this? Where do you see this exact same price action? Right here. Right here. Right? When I took a lot of contracts at gold. And this is very similar to US oil. So from a bottom, what do you get? A spike in the opposite direction. Then what do you get after a spike? 1, 2, 3. Take off. Does it take off? No, we get this BS move down. This move down, man, this was so confusing to me. But now I understand, man. Commodities really, really like to put you to the test, man. Even though your patterns indicate that it is ready to take off. And if you showed me this and you're like, oh, Dragos, this is obviously a buy at 1183. I think this is going to be such a good buy. We should go all in. Yes, this is an amazing buy. Now, did it pan out? No. So your forecast was amazing, but was the trade did it pan out perfectly? No, because we had this spike down. But yet this is still a long, which and these previous things they carry over right here. Right? This is obviously ready to take off, but we have this move down that is so random, like so random, but maybe they want to take you out before they spike it. So you have to keep your buys, because you're looking at this. And honestly, guys, if you're a scalper, you probably missed that move because you're scalping your 1 or 2 points. If you take just one contract, you can keep it. You can keep it, man. You can keep it. Definitely. So that's it. And he was asking me, well, Dragos, where do you think gold is heading? So I had this forecast a long time ago. I'm gonna show you guys one day, but this is what I'm thinking. So, and this is I did a forecast on the forex market and all that stuff. So if you look at this one, this is also conducive with my forecasts of the dollar. So if I'm expecting the dollar to be in a huge sideways, then gold is probably going to be the same. So yeah, we get a spike down here, and then we get this deeper we get this we get this inside correction. We're probably going to break this high, but eventually it's going to come back down. Okay. Exponential markets like to chill at the bottom. for a long time before it actually pops for the next move up, right? So that's what I'm expecting. I don't think this is ready for upside, for massive upside. I think this is going to see the high 1300s again. But like you can see, right? You get a huge spike and then boom, we go into heavy sideways, right? So this is looking to at least come back down here before the next up move. All right, guys. I hope you enjoyed this week's webinar. This was very, very short. I haven't put that many charts as before because, you know, I don't feel like there's any need to do it. Mainly, you guys are here for Amazon and all the tech stocks, but I can't resist putting like BA and all the Dow Jones important ones. Cloud stocks are very hot right now. Chinets as well. PDD has worked out. TME has worked out. You know, so yeah. If you like this video, please leave a thumbs up and share with your friends. Like one of my friends, Justin, is doing. Thank you, Justin. I really appreciate the support, and for all you guys leaving a subscribe, thank you so much. And yeah, if there's any question, you can always drop a question. You can always just message me on Discord. And yeah, if you've stuck all the way here, please go in the links down below. If you are new and you don't have a Discord group, you can join me and Hush Traders down in the link in the description below. So if you're new to Discord and you don't have a group, or if you're looking for a group, then you can totally join me and the Hush Traders. It's a group of traders that I would recommend and that I'm a part of. And it's just been going great with them. So if you're interested, links in the description down below. Thank you guys so much, and a happy trading week. Take care. Bye.